Haafظ, if we look at the volume of business and the value of projects between the two countries, can you highlight and give us any figures in this regard?
Well, the volume of business as far as projects are concerned, we're talking roughly about 6.1 billion Saudi riyal, again around 16 projects, joint projects, if you will, between the Saudis and the Qataris. Yes. Again, I believe 16 projects, 6.1 or about billion Saudi riyal. I don't think this is going to inspire. In fact, the leaders will and wish and what they look for from the relationship. But again, I'm very optimistic with such forum and with such meeting that took place today and yesterday, and we look forward, as you mentioned and as you rightly said, to cement, if you will, the relationship along the way, especially if you look to the multi venues of potential cooperation and relationship between the two countries. Mr. Sadim has mentioned the energy and the gas, if you will, and also the oil. So both countries are really heroes and giants in such energy regard. And also, as you mentioned, the health side, the education side, also it's very equally important. And also the health, as you mentioned, in the financial. So there is an ample opportunities of where the two countries could meet and could benefit from each other's experience. So we look forward in a year or two from today. The figures do change. Wish them to double or to triple or whatever, and also the flow of labor and the skillful labors between the two countries, whether being male or females, regardless, that also could help both countries capabilities and improve it along the way.
Excellent. Mr. Adnan Dulaimi, General Manager of Mina Financial Advising Company from Kuwait, welcome to the program. My question to you is, how satisfied are you, or are we as GCC citizens, with the amount of mutual business and trade between or amongst GCC countries?
To be honest with you, I think there is still a lot of room for improvement. Actually, we are still scratching the surface, but this cooperation between Qatar and Saudi Arabia is really the fruit, it's the climax, it's the jewel of the crown, if you will. It's the benefit from the GCC cooperation over many decades, and we are very happy about this. I, as a monitor of the market and as an economist, we applaud and we greet the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and Qatar for starting this bilateral relationship. I think it's very important that we realize our potential. I agree with all your guests that we are facing tremendous challenges globally as well as regionally, and we have to work together collectively. I think His Highness King Abdullah and the Emir of Qatar also have spearheaded this effort, and this approach I think is going to lead to more cooperation and to replicate, if you will, this model, or transport this model and generalize it as well to the other GCC countries. I think also the special relationship between Saudi Arabia and Qatar specifically is I believe it's the closest relationship amongst all the GCC countries. This is very important to apply this model now, especially that it is supported, fully sponsored by the leaders of the two countries. And King Abdullah, of course, has mentioned as well that this effort is going to support the GCC system as a whole. It's going to support the Arab and the Islamic nations as well, and it's going to stand out, in my opinion, as a unique relationship for the whole global standing or economy, and we have to stick together. Like I said, we have to work collectively, but still I think the expectations by the GCC populations and the peoples, I think the expectations are very high. I think we have tremendous potential. I think, you know, you can feel the spirit and the desire amongst all of us to really cooperate, because there are no major differences between us, and all the cooperations that are happening, all the organizations that have formed across the world, for example, the European Union, or in North America and South America, or in Asia, I think we are in a much better position than them to unify and to work together.
Sure.
And like I said, we should really focus and seize this opportunity between the Kingdom and Qatar for this cooperation, and we support them fully, wholeheartedly, and I think it's going to pay dividend for all of us, and we are going to follow suit very soon amongst the other GCC countries.
Excellent. Let me go more specifically into the technical side. Do you think the regulatory systems and the technical systems in the GCC countries, be it government, regulatory bodies, or commissions that regulate the private sector business, do they lend themselves to mutual cooperation? Are they flexible enough to encourage investors from various GCC countries to work together?
Well, this is a very good question. This is really the heart and the essence of the GCC doctrine, if you will, and concept.
Yes.
This doctrine is built on laying the groundwork and paving, as it were, the groundwork or all the systems to put them in place. We have really made great strides, in my opinion, in solidifying, if you will, I'm going to call it, for the sake of this conversation, the constitution of the GCC. And this has not been an easy task to accomplish. I think working gradually, in my personal opinion, working gradually is much better than working too hastily in order to achieve our goals. We are getting ever closer to achieving our goals than many people really think. In my opinion, very soon you will see that very suddenly all the systems and the regulatory frameworks and the systems, the economic systems and the financial systems and the legal systems, the formal systems, the procedures will be put in place very soon, because our leaders really are working to achieving this subject. And if you see over the past 10 years, for example, the advancement that we have really achieved has been really tremendous. And you can see that we are always talking about this unity as a unique model amongst all the whole international community, if you will, and between ourselves. Yes. As well, that we are always talking as one unit. So this is, in my personal opinion, psychologically speaking, this gives us kind of psychological support to accept now opening the markets amongst ourselves. I don't see any reason why not. We should not really invest in the region rather than invest outside. I think I think Saudi Arabia is the leader in this, and we are looking towards our leader. And I believe Saudi Arabia is really the leader of the GCC when it comes to really looking up to Saudi Arabia as it has achieved so far and its prominence in the world, and that we should really focus on that, and we should always collectively work together to really come all with all our common capabilities, if you will, and potential, and put them together, and hopefully we will achieve our goals very soon.
Definitely. I think that's a very interesting perspective, Mr.